Hi there, welcome to This Week in F1. Has Leclerc lost his mojo?
I've lost my mojo!
The man who effectively broke four-time champion Vettel and was seen as Ferrari's potential slumbreaker. Also the only guy from Monaco anyone remembers the name of, except maybe their prince. But remembering the name of someone called Prince Albert is much more juvenile than knowing Charles Leclerc's name. But now I seem to have lost my train of thought. Okay, has Charlie Golden Boy's mojo gone as far south as my airline has gone north? That was my question. BBC pundit and son of decent F1 racer Jonathan Palmer and scorer of majestic 9 championship points in his own Formula 1 career, Mr. Jolyon Palmer, has also made some remarks when talking to 2 other dudes about Leclerc's ability after the Monegasque crashed his Ferrari in quali at Miami. Charlie also struggled to pass Magnussen's less than amazingly fast Haas during said race and has been a little outshone by Carlos Sainz this season. Now Palmer, Jack Nicholls and Harry Benjamin was talking on some show and they said amongst the following, and I quote, "Leclerc, I don't know whether it was compounded by the lack of being able to get through Magnussen. He was just a bit stuck. Maybe he was just being a little bit more cautious. Has he lost his mojo slightly, a little bit? Leclerc is win or bin. And you can't be like that. You can be the best Formula 1 driver ever, but if you keep binning it, you're not going to get your championship wins. I'm not convinced in Leclerc in wheel-to-wheel scenarios." End quote. Those were among the things they said. But harsh? Well, Leclerc looks some way off the guy that had us all excited at the start of last season when he was pushing Jos Verstappen's greatest achievement all the way in the first few races. So yes, he seems to have lost a bit of his mojo. But if I learned one thing from Austin Powers, the movies, it's that all he needs to recover it is to go back in time to the 1960s. But an hour and a half of screen time later, he will have his mojo back and a sequel in the bag. Easy peasy. Mercedes tried poaching Adrian Newey. Now let's face facts. Adrian Newey is the absolute greatest designer in Formula 1 history. Now with all respect to Rory Byrne, Gordon Murray, Steve Nichols, Colin Chapman and all the other contenders, Newey's record is untouchable. Titles with Williams, McLaren and Red Bull. How far Williams and McLaren have drifted behind his current team must also mean something. Not one to miss something as obvious as that. The Totinator has admitted he tried to poach Newey for Mercedes by having someone call him. And I quote, "Shortly before Red Bull's mastermind Adrian Newey extended his contract with Red Bull a week ago, he received a phone call from a former Red Bull employee who is now one of the personal assistants of the Mercedes team boss and shareholder, Toto Wolff. On behalf of her boss, the lady tried to lure the top-class aerodynamicist to Mercedes. Newey, however, declined with thanks and preferred to commit himself to Red Bull for another year." So he declined, no surprise. Newey has been remarkably loyal over the years, only leaving Williams when he realized that any further promotion was blocked by shareholder Patrick Ed, who was Williams' royalty as well, only leaving McLaren after a lengthy spell for a little side project called Red Bull Racing. Now if history has taught us anything, Christian Horner needs to offer Newey whatever he wants to keep him there till the day he calls it quits permanently, because whatever team Newey joins will win. The only man who consistently matched Newey's designs was Rory Byrne, and he had this small advantage of Michael Schumacher racing his cars, giving him a wee bit out. Headlines: Mercedes and Ferrari bring massive upgrades, said Christian Horner, and I quote, "I mean, let's see. I keep hearing massive upgrades for Mercedes are coming and significant ones for Ferrari," end quote. Honda Martin. Aston Martin. A couple of weeks ago we told you of Stroll and Honda checking each other out like a pair of love-struck teenagers at a pool party. Now the race has reported that rumors are increasingly pointing to an Aston Martin-Honda partnership from 2026. Lando not amused. Maybe the AlphaTauris were the only other slow car, said the British driver, after the McLaren looked slower than 2 snails racing over 100 meters of salt flats at the GP in Miami.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thanks for watching. Good night.
That's what I have for you today. Enjoy the memes and thank you for watching. Think about subbing, please. God bless. Goodbye.